Welcome back. It is Wednesday. It is qualifying time for this week's GP. It is the Formula One United States Grand Prix with Sergio Perez, Wildcard and Avalanche all boosted. So we should have a pretty interesting week. And if you haven't watched my strategy guide, go and check it out. It was released on Tuesday and you too can follow some great strategies. But here we are. And here's what we're running. We are going to try Avalanche and Wildcard for the first time. And we are rocking back to Ocon and Zhou Guanyu. Don't expect 376 this week or even 188 in qualifying because our qualifying stats are just not good enough. So let's see where we do qualify. And let's get this underway. As always, let me know down below that you get on well. And make sure to like the video. But we've got some interesting tracks coming up as well. And that starts with Austin. And then we have got the notorious Bahrain in the wet to come as well. That will be very, very interesting. But let's kick it off. Race number 1. Glad to have you here. And let's settle down. It's going to be a thriller. Let's do this then, Austin. And the big question, if you've seen last week, we were starting P5, P7. We're not going to be anywhere near that this time, I expect. So here we go. And let's find out where we are qualifying this week. P7 and P11. So shifted back a few positions then, as you can see. So let's get the boosts on then. And we are going to go back to our trusted cuppers. And we're also probably actually going to go Prince for a bit of blocking. Let's see what we've got. Let's see where we can get to. Sergio Perez is going to be the one to try and get past this week. And as you can see, he starts on pole position with Max Verstappen. Perfect starts all round. That's what we like to see. And we'd like to see some very early overtakes. And Zhou Guanyu very much struggling on that medium tyre. Max Verstappen leads from Esteban Ocon, who is all over the back of him now, trying to get past that speedy Red Bull. Into the straight we go. Ocon takes the lead. Zhou Guanyu around the outside of Lando Norris. He says thank you very much. Zhou Guanyu works himself up to P9. That's going to get better as we push through this section here. If we can take the Ferrari, yes we can. And we can take Mercedes as well. We're up to P6. And that is a very good start. As we approach the first lap complete, which sees us get Zhou Guanyu into P6 and settle down. Ahead, Sergio Perez on the mediums is going to be our biggest threat because he's going long. We're going to try and close up on these softs though all the time. And you can see there, Sergio Perez struggling. Can we get past here? Fernando Alonso we can get past as well. Sergio Perez is on the same strategy as us. Could do... Wow, how have we lost that position to Alonso? Into the final corner. We're going to just hold. We're going to try... just keep pace with these. But we are... The good news is, apart from Max Verstappen out front, we're all fairly close together. And somehow, Zhou Guanyu still trying, and he gets P5. Can we get P4? Perez is the slower car. Yes, we can. Now we want to save some power unit. This could be a good first race for us. And you can see P3 is there. P2 is coming in the pits. Ocon is already coming out. And we are into P1 and P2 at the very moment. We will go to softs. What do the rivals do? Rivals go to hards. We should have a pace advantage. If we can save the power unit on Zhou Guanyu. That is the big one. We're doing okay at the minute. Ocon going to be living it up to the end here. No problem for him. And it's now Zhou Guanyu who is about to enter the pits. Fast pit stop needed in what is an interesting race in the first. And Zhou Guanyu is in. Perez in as well. We can jump in and we can come out in P3. Not far behind that raging Red Bull of the three-time world champion Max Verstappen. But can we close it already? We're eyeing him up. Verstappen's panicking. Who would have thought? Zhou Guanyu against Max Verstappen. Here we go. And that significant pace on the AZW F1 livery and Alfa Romeo is coming in handy, because we are now all over the back of the Red Bull, and we say bye-bye to Max Verstappen as we take P2. And that is a lovely move without pushing also. Great start to our qualifying. It could get a lot harder. We've got Bahrain to come in a couple of tracks' time. It's going to get very interesting, so make sure you stay tuned. But 1 and a bit lap to go, and we are in prime position. Max Verstappen ahead of Sergio Perez. Will they do team orders? Will they swap around? Will they? Or will Max Verstappen hold position? At the minute, there is no chance of that. And we're looking good. Half a lap to go to get 47 points on the board already. And the strategy and the boosts worked out pretty good indeed. So Esteban Ocon comes round the final few corners. He's back in the lineup and he's back to the top step. Ocon wins, with Zhou Guanyu coming home in P2 after starting P11. Great round for him on that track. And it is 47 points to start off this qualifying session. Race number 2 sees us with a terrible matchup. This matchup, 130 ahead of us, and this is going to be pretty impossible to overcome unless we get a bit of luck. And look at that. P1 and 3 for the rival. P9 and P12 for us. That is what they call terrible. We are going to go Cupra and Prince. We're going to put them on the same strategy and try and do a 4-3 and be really fast at the end. Oh, this is going to be tough. Is it a real player as well? Could that potentially be the case? I mean, we don't even get a perfect start. What is that about? Like, how? Surely, with the rival having 2 cars, and look at that, it's a terrible start. There is nothing we can simply do about that. And we're going to start pushing these to try and make some overtakes. And Zhou Guanyu not making it very easy. It is P7 at the moment. Can we get... We need a safety car. That's what we really need in this race. We're going to not push Ocon too much. We're going to hold for him. He is into P8. He is making his own way. And look at that. We're just getting slowed down massively. Rival's gone. Just, that's not what you can do. It's not the joys of qualifying anymore. As Zhou Guanyu manages to take 2 cars, does get himself into P4, but impossible. Look at the difference. Look at the gap by the bot. Incredible. But not a lot we can do. And sometimes that is the way the cookie crumbles. We just don't want it to crumble sometimes. So we carry on round. We're trying to save a bit of power unit. Ocon, difficult scenario for him. We'll see if we can get him through the odd position here. Of course we can't. It's not allowing us to. We can get P9. And we are on. Look at that. Rivals coming out on hards before we've even got past. And we can get past Max Verstappen. Luckily these are on the same strategy, but we can use it to our advantage. But Rivals' hard tyres, they're still going to be pretty quick. As it is P2, P5. We're going to be struggling massively here to get 44 points in its current situation. We are in. And it's potentially P4, is it? I think for Zhou Guanyu here, yes. So we can try our best. That is all you can ever do on this game, is try your best. And we're going to give it our go. What can we overcome? Can we overcome anything? We're trying as we get George Russell. And we get into P6. We're making moves. We've got to make moves. Simple as that. Science pits. So we're up to P3 and P4. And we're going to try. The rival's going to run out of power unit very shortly. Can we close that gap? And rescue even another point will help. We can get P2. I knew this strategy would work to an extent. It's not going to help Esteban Ocon though. You can see the hard tyre. Can we get the hard tyre? That would be good. I think we've got a chance here. I think we've got a chance, and that chance we have. We have managed to sneak into P1 after coming back from so far away. It won't be a perfect qualifying. We didn't expect it to be a perfect qualifying. But Zhou Guanyu takes P1. Esteban Ocon P4. And against a very difficult matchup, we have to take 45 points, fair and square. Race 3, Bahrain. And we've got another 120 matchup. Different car, different driver. But the same killer matchup that we are not going to be able to score top points. Look at this. P1, P2, P9, P12. Someone tell me how that is actually fair. Because it's really not. Really not. Like, man, what can you do? And that ruins the thought of racing Bahrain in the wet. We are getting this party underway. Ocon has a better race start than Zhou Guanyu, but Ocon doesn't get the better race start. And we're off and running, and it's P7, P11. And look at this. I mean, this is why people lose frustration. They get bored of the game, because what can you do about matchups that bad? I mean, we've got up to P5 and P7, but it's beyond the point. And we are going to do a 4-4. I think, as you know already, as I've said before, we're racing this for the first time, and it's all we can probably do around here. We've got to hope the rival burns into their tyres, which probably won't be the case too much. We're going to try and just separate the gap as Zhou Guanyu gets into P5. So he's working his way through. We're going to get some double stacking as well, remember, by at least the front two. We're going to try and get Perez, and we can get Perez. And we've just still got a bit of tyre management here. So we're actually quite good on tyres. But yeah, what a killer of a start. Absolute killer. See the rivals pushing at the minute. And they're pretty much away with the fairies. We're trying to close them down. We should maybe get one of them in the pits. But still. Jesus. What can we do? Let's try and just bring that gap down all the time. And you look at that, it's nearly a straight. The problem is I can't push Zhou Guanyu too much. Maybe I can now. Maybe I can get him into fourth. And we can. So we are P3, P4 at the moment. As we do approach the rivals. And all the time we get in power unit from Zhou Guanyu. So we're in. We're hopefully going to get ahead of one of these. And we do. Wow, the AI is going for 5. That's interesting from the AI. But we are up already to P3. What a mad matchup. What can you do? What can you do? Zhou Guanyu's hoping to make a few more positions. He's getting held up though. And it is P9. What about any more positions? P8 with making ground. Not making it fast enough for our liking though. But we are into P2. And we are going to take P4. So we're back against our rival, who is pushing hard. Can we keep ahead? Of course we can't, because the rival's got such a faster car. Thanks, Hutch. Thank you very much. Please tell me how this is fair. Because in a qualifying session, no, it's not. So Ocon, through he goes. And there's not a lot we can do here. Look at that, the rival's stretched clear quite comfortably with it all to do. We are P3 still and P4. Is there a chance we can get P2? Of course there isn't a chance we can get P2. Can we at least get... Like, we just can't compete with this sort of level. And we are not a bad level either. That's the problem. But we do manage to sneak into P2. For how long for? I don't know. Can we sneak P3? Can we sneak P3? Yes, we can. We're going to take P2 and P3. And I tell you what, if we didn't have the bad matchup, we'd have been in a lot better shape. But another ruining matchup score only brings us 45. Race number 4. And no joke, we have got 3 120 plus team score matchups. How is that fair? What can you do? Something has got to change. Because that is disgusting. 3 out of the 4 unplayable. And I want to know down below if you share the same thoughts as me. Because surely in a 4 race qualifying, surely at least 2 have got to be in your favour or balanced. Surely. But no, we get 3 out of 4 practically impossible to max score. What just wow. And yeah, that kills motivation at its highest order. But on that frustration, we have to continue. And we have got ourselves originally up to P2 and P5. Oh, we've got to put it behind us. There is nothing we can do. It is just horrible that that's what it comes down to. You can see we're in P2, P4. We've made our way through very quickly. And fingers crossed we can get... Maybe we can sneak P1 and P2 out of this. Rival out front is on the softs, so they might go to hards or mediums for their second stint. We've got Zhou Guanyu trying to get past the hard tyre as well. We'll push him a little bit. Hopefully he will, and we can get into P3. So, can we get some redemption? Because I'd love to know how we are supposed to get it. But we're doing okay. P2, P3 in this circumstance. We've got Ocon sitting nicely in P2. We've got the rival coming into pits now as well. Probably go for the hard tyres, I imagine. Or will they go mediums? They are going to go hard. That's going to give us a significant pace advantage. But can we capitalise on it? Can we get out in not a lot of traffic? No, we can't. So we've still got to do it the hard way. But we are into P6 as we try and hunt down our rivals. Right behind Norris we go. Swing it round. Open up. Any moves on the table? We're right behind Lando. And now, we're still behind Lando because we can't get past. And we're through. Literally looked like we went through him. Ocon comes out. Rivals go on. And we are P3, P4. We should be able to catch him though with Esteban Ocon. Although they are holding us up already on that hard tyre. Like, how can we not get past soft to hards? Surely. That is a criminal offence. And we're trying. And we've got rival pushing as well. So maybe we won't get what we wanted here. They're not getting too far ahead though. We can take P3. And P2 like we've done in the other races. And then it's all on trying to catch. We're not going to have the power unit, I don't feel though. Rivals still pushing. We've done our best again in awful circumstances. We are ridiculously trying hard. Can we close gaps? Can we find the answer to P1? Surely we've got a good chance of getting P1 here. Can we sneak P2? We are right behind now. Right behind. And then surely we're going to go through. We are going to go through. We hold him up a little bit as well. Can we get 47? Can we do the impossible? Can we finish on a high? He's right there. Right there, folks. It's a last corner ditch again here in Austin. And we can finally get 47 points on the board after the first. It's a first race 47. We've overcome the toughest of matchups in race number 4. Practically impossible, made possible in the last. And look at that. 1765 versus 1644. Look at the differences. Max Verstappen, Max. Perez, Max. Car, Max. How are we supposed to compete with that? Jesus. Madness. And look at the drivers. 99, 98 qualifying. Insane. But there we go. That is it. That is qualifying done. A very, very scripted running of qualifying. It's been frustrating. It's been painful. We've scored 184. It is simply the best we could do. It was horrible out there. Let me know down below, how were your matchups? Were they any good? Did you get the struggles that I got? Let me know. But surely it can only get easier at the weekend, right?